Now we're going to take a look at the gun Y-off trio weak. And this is slowly becoming my favorite formation in this entire playbook. If you guys watched any of my videos in the past, you know I like the single back Y trips. This does a lot of the stuff that Y trips can do. But it actually has some stuff that's just really good at just plain attacking the meta, right? The cover zero meta, I love how frustrated people get when I use this formation against them when they're running cover zero or just main coverage in general, because I have so many different ways to attack it, and then if that's their only tool in their toolbox, they just get so frustrated they have no idea what to do. But just briefly, just kind of want to touch on a few pieces of this formation. Now, of course, the audibles, I run sticking up. Is this audible? I actually run draw. I prefer draw to the halfback base and the inside zone. I like to have a draw in my audibles arsenal, and I think it's pretty good this year. A lot of people have, if they're not blitzing heavily in man coverage, they're dropping a lot of people into zone coverage or running match. So the mid draw is actually not a bad call. I take out 4 verticals. No grown man should be calling 4 verticals or having 4 verticals in their audibles deliberately. It's just dumb. Unless it's the gun bunch verticals. So corner strike and then PA wide receiver in. Now I'm just going to come out and I typically will come out in the play cross. And just want to show you a few cute little things about the formation. One, when you motion this receiver over, he stacks behind or like right next to this receiver. Now if you're on the right hash, it actually ends up not doing that. So you can see where he just kind of takes one step in. If you're on the left hash, he comes over even further. You can see he's like directly behind. So if you're on the left hash, he goes directly behind, which is pretty interesting. And then you can also, that slot receiver, you can essentially motion him onto the line. Now, this won't negate any press from a man coverage standpoint. But I feel like it does give me an inside release more often than not. And sometimes it can muddle up the man coverage between the linebacker and the tight end. So that's kind of a cool little piece. You can motion the outside receiver further in. And so now it's really the same look that you get from the Pats U-trips. Right? I don't know if it's in Pats anymore. It used to be in Pats. I don't run U-trips, but this is kind of the alignment of the Pats or the U-trips. So, which has its benefits against zone coverage because you can kind of pull the zones with, say, the halfback or whatever. So that's kind of one of the things I like about the formation is just the spacing and the motions that you can use. And then, of course, if we were to max protect, you get a tight end and a halfback on opposite sides of each other. You'll have a pretty clean pocket for a while. So, and then again, I use my slot apprentice here. We don't overly utilize him in this formation compared to like the gun doubles hip because there's a lot of good routes already. But keep in mind that I do have the slot apprentice there.